Hello children, I am Nisha here from Mangala Vidya Mandira. So children, in the last class what we have learnt a lesson flying together, which explanation has been given in the last class. Now today in this video we are going to start with the keywords. Okay, so what is the name of the lesson? Flying together. So the keywords are, children, open page number 32. Page number 32 you have to open. So let's start with the keywords. The very first keywords is geese. Geese means it is a plural of goose, which is already given in the textbook. I am reading that. Large web-footed bird. It's a bird who is having large web-footed. Next one is creeper. Creeper means plant that needs supports to grow, usually along a wall or a tree. So have you seen a creeper, children? Like it needs a support. Without support it cannot grow. Every time the creeper needs a support. Winding, green, go in circular. Winding means in a spiral form, go in a circular. Next one is muttered. Muttered means speaking something in a very low voice. Flapped, moving wings up and down. Have you seen the birds flapping the wings, children? Up and down. So now we'll start with the question answer, which you have to write it in the textbook. I will be giving you the PDF also. So in that PDF you will be getting keywords, word meaning, question answer, what all things you have to write in the classwork that I will be sending you through PDF. Now the question answer is, where did the geese live? The geese lived on the top of a tree. Next question, why did the old bird advise the other birds to destroy the creeper? Because if the creeper becomes strong and thick, what will happen? Anyone can climb on the tree easily. So that's the reason the old bird had advised the other birds to destroy the creeper. Why did the geese cry, help, help? The geese cried, help, help, because they all were caught in a hunter's net. What did the hunter do when he thought that geese was dead? What the hunter did? The hunter threw the geese out of the net. Why did the geese pretend to be dead? Because mostly what happened, children? The hunter don't take the dead birds. So they pretended that they all are dead. Describe one incident when you got into a trouble because you did not do your work on time. So this question you have to write by yourself, because you have to share your own experience, like when you are in a trouble, how you have faced the trouble and how you have find a solution for that. Moving to the next main, state whether it is true or false. The first one, the tree was the house of flock of parrots. The tree was the house of flock of parrots. No, it was the house of geese. False. The wise old bird wanted the creeper to be destroyed. Yes, true. The wise old bird, what the bird wanted? The creeper should get destroyed so nobody can easily climb on the tree. The hunter climbed the tree with the help of a ladder. No. The hunter climbed the tree with the help of a creeper, which has become very strong. So it is false. When caught in the net, the foolish birds began to weep. Correct. True. The wise old bird helped them to escape. Correct. True. Next one. It's a story, children, the ant and the doe. So what you have to do, you have to read this story, and below this story there are 3 questions. So you have to do this question, you have to write an answer to these questions by yourself and post it in the group. It's a very small story about ant and the doe. It's an interesting story. So what you have to do, you have to read and post the answer in the group. Next main, let's talk. Ask your friend questions about all the things he does. So here its answers are given. To these answers you have to find the questions. Like first example, I watch TV in the evening. So the question will be what? When do you watch TV? In the same way, I play games. So the question will be, what do you play? Okay, so when I ask the question, what do you play? You will say, I play games. Next, I collect stamps. What do you collect? And remember, children, every question at the end there should be a sign of question mark. I play in the ground. Where do you play? Next question, on Sunday I go to shopping. When do you go for shopping. So this you have to write it in the textbook only. Answer these questions about yourself. This is also you have to do it by yourself. It's a very simple question, children, but no need to write in the classwork. Moving to the next main. In groups of 5, discuss what you would do if you were caught on the following situation. So now children, there are 3 situations given. Okay, so you have to imagine, like, if these kind of situations will come, how you are going to help yourself. First one is your friend falls in the play field and is hurt. So when your friend will fall, what you will do? You will immediately pick your friend and treat your friend. Next, when you are trapped in a fire, so when you are trapped in a fire, what you will do? You will start shouting for a help. You are stuck in a traffic jam. Okay, so when you are stuck in a traffic jam, what you will do? You will still wait there, or you will find a different route and go. So that are the 3 examples of situations given to you. So you have to just write it down by yourself. Okay, I have shared the question, I have shared the explanation with you. You need to write the thing in the textbook. The word in the cloud describing something to someone in the story. Name them in the blanks provided. Make sentence of your own with the words given in the clouds. Now there are 5 clouds given, children. In that 5 clouds, one word is mentioned there. Okay, so what you have to do with that word, you have to make a sentence. The very first word is wise. Wise, we can say, like, the wise king called the soldiers to fight. Okay, this is the sentence I have made with the word wise. Careless. Careless means don't be careless, you will fall. Okay. Thick and strong. This girl's hair is very thick and strong. This sentence I can make it. So you can make your own sentence. I am just simply telling the sentence which is mentioned in the cloud. The word which is mentioned in the cloud, from there I am just making a sentence. Foolish. Foolish, don't be foolish don't be foolish every time. You don't have to be foolish. Tall. The tree is very tall. Okay, the oak tree is very big and tall. Something you can mention. Moving to the next main, here are some answers about the given picture. Now here can you see a black ant? The color of the ant is black. It lives on land. It has 2 long antennae. It crawls on the ground. It eats sugar. Now here answers are there. Okay, so you need to write a question for this. What you will write in the same textbook, you have to mention the question. No need to write it in the classwork. The color of the ant is black. What is the color of the ant? It lives on land. Where does it live? It has 2 long antennae. How many antennae does an ant have? So now when it is telling 2 long antennae, we have to ask how many. It crawls on the ground. Okay, where does it crawls? Again, the placement is given, so you have to tell where does it crawls. It eats sugar. So here also, what does it eats? This is the questions what you have to write it in the textbook. Fill in the blanks with prepositions such as to, at, of, on, in, to, with. One has been done for here. Few preposition words are given. What is preposition, children? Showing the position. We have already learnt in parts of speech. So now, the first one is, this tree was the home of a flock of wild geese. Second, he noticed the creeper at the foot of the tree. Next, it would be a pity to destroy it now. As they flew off, OFF, the tree they were trapped. The boy ran with the dog. The frogs jumped into the well. The girl was thrilled to see her new bicycle. The birds were caught in the net. The children walked on the bridge. So this preposition you have to write it in the classwork, children. Okay, in the grammar section you have to write it down. Next main, complete the paragraph with suitable words from the box. Now in the yellow box some words are given. So you have to use these words and complete this paragraph. So shall we start, children? One day, as I was walking along the bank of river, I saw my friend running into the field. He was calling my name and waving to me. Okay, I'm just filling the words in the blank. I stopped and waited. After some time, he reached where I was standing. He said, I went all around the town looking for you. I have something exciting news to share with you. Do you remember the old house next to the neem tree? Guess who is moving into that house? Janak Das, the great magician. Now we can learn lots of magic tricks from him. So here few preposition words were given in the yellow box. I have used all the words to fill in these blanks. This also you have to write it in the textbook. Fill in the blanks given below with question mark. For example, where do you live? Okay, so now again here the blanks are given, so you have to raise the question like where, when, what, how. These all questions you have to make it according to the sentence. The first one is dash do you play? When do you play? What do you play? When do you play? This anything you can write. Next one, what do you get up? Dash do you get up? When do you get up? Next, do you have a breakfast? So like what breakfast you have? Next, do you go to school? Where do you go to school? Next, do you like best in the school? Games. Do you like best in the school games? Art or music? Which one you like it? Like what do you like best in the school? Games, art or music? Dash your birthday. When is your birthday? Next one, do you want for your birthday? What do you want for your birthday? So these are the small questions what you have to write it down. Next one, reference to context. Well, there is no hurry. The creeper is very small. It would be a pity to destroy it. Now, in the cloud one, statement is given. So, you have to tell like who has said this to whom. Next one, second one. So, this is where the wild geese live. Okay, so who said this? First one is who said this? The geese has told to the hunter. Second one, to whom was it said? The wise bird himself. Next one, when was it said? Okay, before the hunter came to catch, that time it was said, and after when the hunter came to the forest. So when it was said before the hunter came to catch them, that time this sentence has been told. So children, we are through with this lesson. Earlier in that video we have gone through the explanation. In this video what we have done, we have learned the exercise. We have done the exercise part. If you have any doubt in the exercise, children, you have to post it in the group. Moving on to the grammar section. So in this video today we are going to learn tenses. Okay, so we'll understand what is tense. Actually children, tense means it is a root of English. This is the fundamental pillar for speaking and writing to correct English. So whenever if you want to speak or write correct English, this tense plays a very important role. Okay, so shall we start children? The very first slide is tenses. What is tenses? Tenses means it is a form of verb that takes to show the time that happened. Okay, so what is that? It is a form of verb takes to show the time it happened. Like it is basically a time. Okay, so can you see some action has been done? That verb means what? Action word. Some action has been done. So when it has been done, it has done in the past, it has done in the present, and it has done in the future. So through this timeline children, I am going to explain you how we have to learn the tenses. So in the middle one circle is there which represents present tense. Okay, what it represents? Present tense. So on the left side, okay, in the left side in the timeline, what it has mentioned? Past. And right side it has mentioned future. Okay, so the middle one represents present time, and the left side represents past, and the right side represents future. So there are three tenses. Now in detail we are going to learn. So as I told you, there are three tenses: past, present, future, that has been subdivided into simple, continuous, perfect, perfect, continuous. So children, it's like a family tree. Suppose the tense is a grandfather. The grandfather is having three sons. Okay, past, present, future, that is the three sons. Now each children is having four kids. Okay, so past is having simple, continuous, present, perfect, continuous, four kids. In the same way, present is also having simple, continuous, perfect, perfect, continuous. In that way, future is also having simple, continuous, perfect, and perfect, continuous. So all together there are 12 siblings in the family. Moving on to the form of verb. So now there are 5 form of verb. Okay, so like base. What is base? Let me explain you. Base form will be denoted as V1. Okay, the first form is base, which is denoted as V1. Second form is past. Okay, past is denoted as V2. Then third one, past particle, which is denoted as V3. And next one, S or ES form, that is denoted as VSES. Next one, ing form, that is denoted as VING. Now few examples are given, children. So like in base form, okay, if I'm just taking one example, a word play. So in base form, that is in V1 form, it will be denoted, it will be said as play. Okay, that is simple. Next, past. When I am saying the word past about the word play, it will be played, which is already over. Okay, past means over. So played. Past particle, again we are going to use the same word played, but the verb form will be V3. Next, SES form, in that we will be saying place. Okay, after that ing form. In ing form, what I will be saying, playing. Okay, I have added that word. Can you see, children? Play, ing, playing. So these are the forms of verbs. Now here I will just give a detailed explanation about simple present tense and simple past tense and simple future tense. Now in simple past tense, children, what is that? Like some action that occur on regular basis, means every time it will happen. Okay, every day it is going to happen on a regular basis. That fact stands true all times, and it is true. Okay, whatever simple present tense is there, it always happens, like it is true what is happening. There is no changes in that. So the form is S, that is subject, plus V1, that is base, plus object. That is the form. Now here one example I have given. I play football regularly. See, every day I am playing football. It is present tense. Every day I play football regularly. There is no changes in that. Okay, it is, this action is done on a regular basis. Like every day basis I used to play football. Next one, sun rises in the east. Okay, correct. Every day the sun will rise in the east only, children. There is no changes. It will not rise in the west. It will be rising in the east only. So this is simple present tense, which is happening on a regular basis. Simple past tense. Okay, what is simple past tense? An action that is completed before now. The action, some action is there which is already over, which is already finished. What is the structure of sentence? S plus V2 plus O, that is S is the subject, B2 is past, and O is object. The example is I played football yesterday. So in the timeline, can you see, children? I have made a timeline. Past means yesterday, it is over. So that's why I have put a cross over there. So that with the sentence is I played football yesterday, means which is already over. Okay, simple future tense, an action which will happen in future. So in present tense it is going on. Okay, simple past tense means it is already happened, and future tense which is going to happen, an action which will happen in future. The structure of sentence is S, subject plus will. You have to add will. Always remember, children, whenever you are forming a sentence, okay, of simple future tense, the word will you have to add. So subject will be there, plus will be there, plus V1, again base will be there, verb form plus object. Example is I will play football tomorrow. So in the timeline, can you see, children? Past I have not touched. Even the present, the middle one circle represents present, that also I have not touched. Where did I marked? I marked in the future, because I will play football tomorrow. So hope you understood, children. Next one, simple present tense. No, sorry, simple present perfect tense. So what is perfect present tense? An action that began in the past and true in the present. Some action has already done in the past, but it is true in the present. Okay, it is going on. Okay, action that happened in the past but not time is specified. Okay, something had happened in the past. Present perfect tense is something had happened, but the time is not clear, the time is not particular. Structure of sentence is S, that is subject plus have, has. So whenever you are forming a sentence in present perfect tense, two words you have to use, has or otherwise have, plus V3. Again the verb form is V3 plus object. Example, I have played football a lot this week. So here the action is already over. Okay, played the football, that he has, I have played the football, it is over. A lot this week, again I am talking about this week. Okay, present, understood? So action that began in the past and true in the present. So this is the example of present perfect tense. Here, can you see in the timeline, children? Here I have played. When I am saying I have played means it is already over. So I have put a mark over there, past. But a lot this week, something, it is getting connected to the present also. So there is a line what I have drawn in the present also. The circle represents present tense. Okay. Next one, past perfect tense, an action that completed before any other action in the past. Some action is there which is already completed before any other action comes into the present. Okay. So structure is S, that is subject plus had, HAD, had word. Again you have to remember, when you are forming a sentence in past perfect tense, had you have to use, the word had compulsorily you have to use, plus V3. Again verb of the form of a verb is V3 plus object. I had played football before you came. Now here I had played football, that is present, sorry, that is past. I had played, which is already over. Before you came. Okay, so came is also like about to reach the present. So that's the reason I have marked in the past. Like played is over, so I have marked, I have put a cross in the past, as well as came is nearing to the present. Okay, so both action has been done between past and the present. Next one, future perfect tense, action that will happen before another event in the future. Some action is going to happen. Okay, it is going to happen, not happened right now, it is going to happen before another event in the future. So some future will arrive, before that this action has been going, this action is going to happen. Structure of the sentence is subject plus will have. So again you have to remember, future perfect tense, when you are forming a sentence you have to add the word will have, plus V3, that is base form is verb form of verb is V3 plus object. Example, I will have played football by the time you arrive. Okay, again future. Okay, here I will have played. Okay, it's a future tense, that's the reason we have added the word I will have played football by the time you arrive. So can you see, children, I have marked in the future, right, means right side I have marked, in the future place I have marked. So here played. Okay, but it is going, will have means it is going to happen, that is the reason even though played word is past tense, I have mentioned it in the future tense. Okay, and arrive, by the time you arrive, it is going to happen, that somebody is going to arrive, by the time you arrive I have played the football by that time. So children, here one table I have given, it's very easy table. If you follow this table you can easily learn tense. Okay, there are three tenses, past, present, future. The present one is truth plus habit. Here subject plus V1, that is form base plus object. Past is what? Completed action, the action which is already over, that is S plus V2 plus O, that is subject plus base 2 form of a word, verb form plus object. Next, future action, subject plus will plus V1, again base plus object, that is simple past, simple present and simple future. Now continuous. So remember children, I have told earlier also, whenever there is a word continuous comes, you have to mention ing. Here in between present tense, present continuous tense, ongoing action. So whenever some action is happening, okay, it is going on. So what we have to do? Subject plus am, as, are plus ing plus object. This is ongoing action. Now past incomplete action. Some action in past is also going on. Okay. So what you have to do, children? Subject plus was, were. Okay. It's going on. It is incomplete. It has not finished. Plus ing plus object. Future incomplete act. So here subject plus will be plus ing plus object. So in continuous tense, children, what is the thing? Like it keeps on continuing. Nothing is completed. Nothing is over. Everything is going on. Okay. Perfect tense. Perfect past. So present perfect tense, perfectly completed. So in present perfect tense, what is the scene like? The action which is already completed. So subject plus have, has plus V3 plus O, that is object. Past is present, present perfect, past perfect tense. Past perfect tense is completed action with respect to another. That is again subject plus had plus V3 plus object. Next one is future completed act with respect to another. Here what is the thing? Like all the actions have completed. In continuous tense it is going on. Okay, here in perfect, past perfect tense, past present perfect tense, future perfect tense, the action is already completed. Now past perfect continuous tense. Okay, in this past present perfect tense we are going to learn, that is started in past and still continuing. So some action which is already started in past but it is not got over, it is still continued. That is subject plus have been plus ing plus object. Again past perfect continuous tense, that is past incomplete action with respect to another. Like some action is already incomplete, it is not completed, it is going on, and what we have to write? The sentence S, that is subject plus had been plus ing plus O. Next, future incomplete action with respect to another. Subject plus will have been plus ing plus O. So children, so it is very simple. If you learn this table, just write it down in your notebook and keep on reading it. So it's very easy for you to speak and write English. So children, in this video we have learnt about present, past and future tense. Okay, till then children, so if there is any doubt regarding grammar or exercise, you can post it in the group. Thank you children.